Hello everyone, welcome to Moolya webinar series and welcome to API testing with Postman tool. So myself Dharmalingam K, working as senior resident in Moolya Software Testing Private Limited, as well as I have around 6 years of experience in mobile application, web application of manual and automation testing as well as performance testing also. So let's move to the topic. Why we need API testing? So if you want to know about API testing, first of all you should know what is API. If you don't know what is API and what is the use of API, if you're trying to test API, then it's no use actually. You don't know what it is, then you are trying to test. It is like, I don't know what it means. So you should know about API. Then if you're testing that, it will be like a valid one. Even you know what are all the way we have to test and what are the scenario we have to add everything. So we'll call it as a web service also. API and web service both are same. So what are where and all we are using this API? So I can you can just see this image: mobile application, web application, legacy application, application server. If you want to transfer some data between your app and your database, we can create some business logic with API. Then if you want to update something like cloud resources, for example AWS, and if you want to connect with AWS, if you want to store something, you can use API and store the data and retrieve data, as well as partner application. So if you are tie up with some other application, if you want to share your data to them, you can share with like that's called partner application. So I have told you like cloud based services, something like Google Cloud and AWS. So everything working with API nowadays, because we want to show all our data to the public or third party apps or cloud resources something. So whatever we have, if you want to give access to external person, we can create one API. For example, we want to show what are all the hotels available in Bangalore. So instead of giving hotel contacts, we can give only the names and places, location. So for that purpose, what we can do, from the table of hotel details, we can just like retrieve the information of hotel name as well as the location. No need to give the contact person name or contact names. So like this, we can restrict what we can show and what we don't want to show. So not only for getting the data, we can insert data through API. For example, we are using sign up, right? Sign up with any application. So we are trying to insert through API to the database. So retrieve, delete, update. So we can do a lot of things. Let's see in the next slide. So before, if you want to test API, you should install Postman Client. If you are started watching this video, please install Postman Client also. Anyway, I will tell you how to do it when we move to the browser. It will be available on Chrome store, actually Chrome plugin store. You can download from there. Then why we need, that's what I told you, like interacting with the remote server, interacting with other apps, interacting with your own apps and data transfer between your database and your applications. So all the mobile application, you can say 99.9% of mobile application works with API. If there is an application which is not interacting with the server, there is no API actually. Even the Google Map is working with API, even the Google services, location services, notification services, everything works with API only. The live example, we can take it Google and Facebook login. That means take any app, even Postman tool as the feature for login with Google, login with Gmail. So when you are login with Gmail, how they are accessing our Gmail data? So you don't have clue, right? So Gmail as a API to just authenticate the user, so that Postman or any other apps, for example Putpanda or Ola, Uber, whatever, whoever have this login, Google login, no need to create their user management database and user management, all the business logic scenarios and all. So directly they can use Google or Facebook SDK. They can log in with these credentials. So what Google will do, Google won't give all the username which they have, because they cannot give, because their own data, right? So they will create a API. When we are sending our username password, it will go to the Postman app or any other app to the Google or Gmail. If the user is a valid user, they won't return the username also, they will return just a token. So this user is available, just take the token and you can process with your app. is a valid user. Only this much they will do actually. So this kind of all the interaction doing with API. Even the payment gateway, they have a SDK, but still if they want to interact with their database, so for example CC Avenue, so when we are paying through Paytm or any apps, you can see the uh, payment gateway are down, which PayUmoney or PayPal or Stripe or CC Avenue, whatever it is. So they're all talking with the API only. So it will send your card number, everything, then it will store. If it is valid, it will check from the bank side. If it is valid, is this MasterCard, everything it will be check, everything valid, then it will store and it will ask your CVV. If that also fine, it will trigger one OTP to your phone number. Even the OTP SMS also accessing through API. So here if you see API, use of API everywhere. That's why you can see API testing everywhere nowadays. So everyone started asking, do you know API testing? Because the mobile application won't work without API. You should know API. If you are testing mobile application without using API testing or without testing the API, if without having the knowledge of API, if you are trying to test the mobile application, it is like you are just testing half of the thing, or else only the user endpoint, or from user maybe I can say UI point of view, only you are testing it, not the data point of view. If you actually want to verify the data as well, you should go to the API level, then you have to verify. Then most used methods in the APIs are get, post, put, delete. This we can see when we are doing it in real time, but still I can say get is for retrieving the data from the database or from other apps, and post is to insert data. You can send some data to the DB and the server. Put, so already you send some data, if you want to update something, you can use the put method. And delete, so whatever data you have sent and whatever data you have access, that you can delete. For example, you can create user or you can create a task in the task manager app, only you can delete your data, not the other user task. So that's the like scenario. So how to test? So before starting how to test the API, like how you will get the test ideas of the API. So if it is API or apps, so how you will get the test ideas or test scenario for the app? For example, sign up app is there, sign up API is there. If you take a sign up app, what are all the test ideas you will take for sign up feature? So if you are testing for mobile application of sign up, you will take a lot of scenario, like whatever based on the feature and functionality, everything you should apply in the API itself, like valid data, invalid data, junk value, empty value, and then network level, everything you can do, because API also depends on the network, right? So you can put network level, what's happening while transferring the data. So you can switch on and switch off, you can just check is this timeout time is maintained or not. So error handling, if any error comes, so what are all the error handling scenarios? So except device specific scenarios, you can apply all the scenarios for the API. So for that purpose, we have to use Postman Client, REST Client, Swagger, and lot more are there. So I have mentioned that the top most tool. There may be some internal tool for other companies, so that we don't know exactly. So in the public Postman you can use. There are a lot more feature. So in this video, like we are going to see the Postman feature as well. Not only the API testing, we are going to see Postman feature. So that also related to API testing, how we can improve our API testing with Postman, that we are going to see in the videos at end. So Swagger is the like it's basically API documentation. Also you can execute the API. Both you can do with the Swagger. So there is a link available which is sample Swagger API link, that we can use it at end actually when we are doing practical testing. So before we start, what we need. So before we start, in the sense before we are starting this video, this session or something like that, not like that. Before you are starting this API testing, you need API documentation, server log, and database log. Why we need API documentation? So if you are testing mobile application, if you don't have any document also, you can test that app. Why? Because you can explore. So when you click on sign up button, So you can see what all the parameter is available. So in the sign up, it will mention enter the username, enter the email, enter the password, confirm password, terms and condition, make it a checkbox, then submit button. So everything is UI, you can see it. So you can explore and test it, and you can say sign up is working or not working. Like you can apply all the scenarios. But API, you will get just a URL. Even you don't know is it for sign up or sign in. Okay, if it is user management, there are sometime there will be one tag called sign up or create user, something related names only developer has to keep. Even that also you can mention to the developer when you are testing. If they given simply user sign up login, everything happen with the same, you can tell them like create a method or endpoint, that end name should be like proper or related to the API. So it will be easy when you are reading or giving to someone, they will understand. So only URL if you get, it's no use. So you should know what is the parameter name. So I will tell you like what is parameter when we are testing, how much it will affect. Parameter in the sense you have given the endpoint, and if you want to send the username, email, password, confirm password, uname, some developer will create a tag name uname, some developer create username. So how you know it? You don't know. So you cannot, you may not have the apps also. So the API testing, when it will happen, actually before the app development it should happen. Then only your app quality will be improved, and when you are getting the bug on the apps, you can make sure this bug is not from the API, because we have tested API already. But if you are testing the API after app release, you have to check is this from API side or app side or DB side or business logic. So like there will be a lot of confusion. In API itself, there is a business logic as well as database. There is two people involved, so not one people. Maybe if the guy is able to do database management, he will do both. But if after development, if you are trying to test API, there will be two, three, four people also involved: app designer, app developer, then DB and API guy. So you don't know to whom you will assign. So if it is product company, if you are staying in the developer place, you know who is doing what. If you are in remote place, you will have no clue. So to check the bug from which side only will take half an hour, and everyone will say it's not my bug. Then they have to root cause. Anyway, as a tester, as a API tester, as a backend tester, we will check from where the bug came. And if you are testing only from the UI, you will not have any clue where the bug is came from. Okay, so that's why we need API documentation, proper API documentation to start testing. Then server logs. Why we need server log? When we are testing the API, we should know what's happening exactly at backend. When we are transferring the data, it's actually sending the data to DB or not. So for example, take a sign up. The simple thing, I will take a sign up only because everyone knows that. Take a sign up. You will enter the username, email, password, confirm password, and there is a phone number also, which is optional, but which is optional in the app, but you entered. The sign up is success, but when you are checking in the DB, you are not able to see the phone number, it's still empty. So how you will root cause? Because you entered here, you will do it again it's empty, so you don't have any clue. Then you will check what happened, you have to check, you have to do. So then you will go back to the developer and you have to check it. But if you have the server log, for example, I can tell some scenario that if the phone number is 10 character, and if the DB maybe they instead of a number integer, if they assigned var, it happens like when they are creating all the var, name, email, everything var only, right? String. So the phone number also by mistake they have created. So when you are inserting, trying to insert some integer as an integer, it may throw an exception that it's not, we cannot insert. That query error something you can say. Maybe it won't actually take all the values also. If query level problem, it will throw the exception, it will go off. For example, I'm saying like this issue you can see in the logs. Okay, query error or some other, you are not able to interact or the column is not exist, some other thing you can see in the server log. Database access, I have told you like you have to check once you enter the data, you have to check is the data is came actually or not. And there are sometimes password should store as encrypted way, not like however you entered. Email entered, password something like if you entered 1234556, in the DB the business logic is written like that. In DB it should not store as what is the password. It should store in encrypted base64 format, or there are a lot of format for encryption. So when it retrieve, it should decryption. So that encryption decryption logs also you can see in the server logs. It is actually encryption. There are some applications they will do double encryption, because if any hackers they want to act, if they know we are doing encryption, they will try to do decryption. So what we can do, we can double encrypt, triple encrypt. So whatever encrypted value we got it, again we can encrypt that value. So we have to two time decrypt to get the value. So this all the thing we can get it in the server log, and using database access we can validate is actually going fine or not, because we don't have any UI end, right, like our data where it's stored or not. So we should have these three things properly. Don't worry to ask the developer or the guy product owner or someone. You should ask them. So don't think like if you ask they may think you don't know. Not like that. Even overall the backend tester, API tester, the first time when they start API, they should need help from the developer. If they have a proper document, it's fine. Sometimes proper document they will give, but it's maybe old document, not updated. In recent version, they may have changed the parameter and key everything. So sometimes that also happens. So you can check 2-3 times. You can go to the developer once. There is no wrong in that. Okay. API automation. So why we need API automation? So uh, when we are testing some 50 API, every day there is a build, or every day we need to check the stability of the API. So we can create a API automation. So that we can do with Postman, REST assured, PyRest test. Postman not need much programming skill. There is some places we need to use JavaScript. We can use it. Then REST assured, if you know very good in Java, you can use. It's a BDD based on BDD level, and PyRest test is based on the Python. So whatever you are good in that, you can choose the tool, and if you are not, you can go with Postman blindly, no issue. It's simple and easy actually. Yeah, I think done of slides. So that means not ended the session. So we are going to do and so on, so which is more important than whatever I was talking. So everything I'm going to show you how to do it, then you will get more idea about that. Okay, so before that I can copy this URL. So our sample APIs are deployed here. Actually not deployed, it's a public API, anyone can access. That's why I choose this. It's a simple one. So reqres.in. Oh, sorry. Okay, test your front end against a real API. All are fake data, you don't worry about it. You try it as many as time you want. As I said, there is get method, post method, put method, there is some patch also, delete also, so post, get. So we have majorly used methods here, sample. So this is how your API document also. This is for list user. You have a request as well as you have a response, sample responses. And for example, if it is for create registration, you should have a method. Which method it is? Post method they have mentioned here, as well as the endpoint, like with base URL you have to mention, not only this. If you copy only this, I have seen some people copied only this and putting into the Postman, it won't work. So you should add the for example, you should add this base URL slash API slash register. That's what the URL actually exists. So instead of google.com, if you put just Google, or it won't work, right? Something like that. Okay, then what are the parameter? Email and password. So that's what I told you. You should know what parameter you are going to send. Instead of email, if I send username, instead of password, if I send p word, how I will know? So developer has to give the document. That's what the use of document. So in the response also, like as of now, we are just sending only token. Like Google login, it will respond the token, right? Like that, only token is coming. Instead of token, there are some other data also coming. That means there is some loophole. It's getting like all the user data and showing it to the user. So it's some flaw only. So you have to check the sample response, not exact the value, only token we have to show. Like that, we should have the idea. Okay, let's start with get user. So this is for list user. Okay, base URL is here. I have told you like Postman you have to install, right? So Postman Client or Postman, just do Postman download in Chrome store, no, Chrome web store, you can download the tool. Yeah, so I have already installed, so it's telling me to launch the app. So if you already install, you have to click new tab in the apps. You can see here Postman, just click on it, go back to my API, copy the base URL as of now. Okay, so this is how Postman will look like. Here history tab, collection tab, you don't need to do anything, you don't need to touch anything. If you want to test API, just leave it. Here you can see all the methods available. Enter the URL, that means endpoint. If you have any parameter, you can mention it here, and then you can just trigger the API, so it will give you a response in down tab. This is for authorization. If you have any authorization, I will tell you like what is the difference between each authorization. Then headers and prerequisite script, you can write some JavaScript if you want to generate some random name, if you want to send them with the API. Then test tab, I will explain you guys. So let's just do it. Copy this and one more tab. Yeah, there is 2/. Okay, so in the page 2 you can send like this also, and click on parameter, page is equal to value is equal to 2, like this also you can send. Okay, you have removed, but it will be added here by automatically, it will be added here. Okay, directly you copy, or else you can enter it here also. Fine, see, it will be added. Just trigger, you can see here the response. So this is what the actual response. You can validate the response template, something like page, all the tag in the sense all the key, this is the value. So all the keys or exist or not as per the response sample, which is mentioned in the sample response. Okay, like that you can ID, first name, last name for each user, and there are 1 2 3 4 5. So it's all under data. So this is the important thing for a data validation level. So these values and all you can validate from the DB. So you can check the DB in the page 2 or ID, where user ID is equal to 4. So what is the username, password? So you can check some random user. If matches, it will, everything will be matched. If you are getting 500 user, you cannot do 500, right? So that case only we will write automation script. Per page 3, total 12 pages are there. So total pages 4 actually. Yeah, you can increment this 2, you can increment till 4. Here you can go, instead of 2 you can put 3 and send. You will get Michael, Lawson, Lindsay and Tobias. So this is what get. Okay, keep this, keep as it is, create one, click on one more tab here. Okay, then you have to copy the base URL anyway. Base URL is same, and we are going to do post method, which is register successful one. So the API/register, it is a post, so you have to choose post. There are some people, they will configure everything and they will keep this as a get only, then they will try to do it. See, we will get some other user details only. Okay, so you have to make it post. You have to register and you should get the token, actually 201 with response code of 201. The first one we got 200, right? First one we got 200 successful. So once you move to post, then only the body will be enabled. Click on draw, because we have a JSON value. You just copy it. It's showing as some kind of text, because here it chooses as text. Change it to JSON. The header will be automatically added as application, like content type application JSON. So in the documentation you can check what are all the special header I have to mention it here, some kind of authorization key or authorization, proxy authorization, something like that. If you want to enter, you have to, otherwise it will say unauthorized, some kind of error you will get it. Okay, so once you done, yes, 201 created, you got a token. Okay, we have done with post also. And put, I can give an example, like select a put method. I will copy the base URL, then go to update. So I'm going to update the second username. In body, raw JSON, sorry, you have to copy this. Okay, so updating the, like if you are trying to do the second username and password, no, it will be different. We are updating too. So let's do it. Just copy this, keep it, Control X. Just get the user value of 2. The actual name is Janet and viewer. ID is 2, but we are going to update this name to mops. So now you sent. Now see, name and job changed, updated at time also updated. So this is how we will do update method. The last most used one is delete, which is already we have mentioned. Like we can see here, delete method, and same user is equal to 2, we are going to delete. Okay, the URL is same, so we are going to copy the same. Okay, don't try to delete then update, because after delete the user only won't be there. It's a fake data, this may work, but in real cases, if you're trying to delete the user 2, and if you're trying to update after that, when you're putting the uh, request in order, no, so keep in mind that you have to update before deleting it. You can update, so after delete you cannot. Now delete, right? Okay, just change the method to delete. At last one we have get post put delete. You will get a response code of 204, which is no content. Okay, other than that we won't get anything. So this is what our expectations. Yeah, we got it, 204. Now we have, okay, so now what we have to do, just every day we have to do this testing. For example, there are 4 API, every day we have to come and every day we have to create that and we have to test it. There are sometime it will get collapsed. I don't know, by seeing this I don't know what is the API. So what I can do, I can save this, so it will show this screen. Just down you can see create collection, API. I will give API session, done. Then for the API name I can give get user and saved. See, history, go move to collection, you can see one collection with one API. Likewise you can save this also, select the collection. This is create user, which is register. You can give your own name, which is good for you. This one is update user, I will give. The 3 API. This I will save it in this collection. Okay, and for I forgot to give the name, so directly I can give it here also, delete user. Okay, so you have four API. Now what you can do, if you want to run all the API at once, you will be in history, you can see all the API singles, but you will get confused which one we have to run. So once you have saved in the collection, you know, for example API session, so this is particular project. Even you, if you have some name, what it is, user manage something like I can give user manage dharma, the project name is user manage dharma, like that. So if you have, you can create multiple collection and you can create a collection like this for particular project, and we have a 4 request. And you, inside you can add a folder, that is there is one more feature, you can add folder inside the collection, you can keep that also organized. As of now I have created, you just explore once, just click on this icon, just run it. It will open one more window which is collection runner, and it will show your collection and it will ask you to run user manage. Once you run, your all the API will run at once and it will say 0 pass and 0 failed. Why? Because we haven't add any test. So what is test? Just close this, go back to API. So I have told you, right, authorization, header, prerequisite script and test. So test is test where we have to do our automation validation, something like we have to do validation for each API. That means response code, and if you want to assert some text from the API response, so you can do it here. So for each API I have done test. There is already some by default one they have given status code 200, so we are going to check status code is 200. And in create user also I will add, click on test, I will add status code is 200, but actually the status code is not 200, it's 201. Let it be. Okay, let's change it because actually it's 201. Update, click on test, status code is 200, save it, then delete test. So for all the API we are checking, as of now we are checking only status code, nothing else. Okay, for the create user what we can do, we have some token. Okay, we will go with update user. For update user we have some values also, right? The name is coming in the response or not, we have to check. So click on the test, status like body of string contain, there will be response body is equal to the string or response body contains the string. So if it is what exactly want to assert, you can equal, you can put contain string. Okay, now you can run it. If you run simply manually, you can see it here, test result 2 are passed. So manually one by one you can check it all the API, then you can run with collection. So all the APIs are saved. Now I will go with run also. I can go here also, just click on runner on top. It will show here which one you want to run, which collection, and just run it. Now you can see some failures also. 4 passes, 1 failed, which is delete, because we got 204 and we try to assert 200, that's why it failed. So that's okay. And the string also passed, so all other test cases pass. Like this, 4 pass, 1 failed, we'll get everything. So this is the use of test, and you can create as many as tests you want. Let's go and see what are all the tests we have. So you can clear global environment, clear environment variable, everything. And here I need to talk about environment. So like we have done with these 3 methods, right? Let's see the environment, what is environment in this Postman. Here what are the things we are using repeatedly. So for example, we are using this base URL we are using repeatedly. So copy this and go here, manage environment, there is nothing, click on add environment, API demo, the environment name is API demo, just click on it, add a variable that base URL and the URL and update it. Okay, once you're done, you have to choose that created one. Okay, so we have some value. Okay, don't choose the environment as of now. So I'm going to put variable here, that base URL. Okay, I have changed only to this. It's showing in the red color. If you're not able to see, it's showing the red color, as well as down you can see unresolved variable in some pop-up will come. Yeah, unresolved variable, because we didn't choose the environment. choose the environment, it will turn and it will show the value and scope is environment. Okay, just try to run it. Yeah, it is running fine, it works fine. Test also, one pass 200 we got it. Okay, so like this we can replace for all the API because we have chosen a global environment. So when you are removing, just keep in mind that slash. There I haven't added that end slash, so I will leave the slash at after the variable, then API2. Okay, so this is what the basic use of environment. Even we are sending some parameter right here. Even the parameter also we can create environment here. So manage environment, you can add maybe page or number, something like 2 I will give. Done. Okay, we have now. So now I can go here. See, it's automatically showing here page number. Okay, got it. So like this you can configure all the variables with your environment. What is the use of this environment? I can tell you. In testing, like when you are doing API testing, no one will be allowed to do in the production. Why? Because you may break something, you may delete something, so it will affect the real user. So you will have some local environment, your own. So there are some time what we used to do, like we will configure the server in our local system also. We will deploy and test it with our local system. So because it won't affect anyone, even the QA, there will be multiple QA person will testing that. So it may affect, the data may affect if you want to count the number of data. So that time we will use our local. So one environment is our local environment, another is like dev and pre-production and production. So there will be 3-4 environment. If it is there, you can create multiple environment here by just choosing it. The base URL will change automatically. So if it is something like what we have, resqn, just a second, the base URL is here, no? So if it is QA, we have to add QA dot something like that. We every time we have to change it, right? Instead of that, we can create it. We can create it and leave it here only. So that is the use. We can make it a copy of it, duplicate this, and we can create API. Like I will edit this API demo QA environment or dev environment. Here we can change the value of dev dot. Okay, so when you are testing with dev environment, you can simply choose dev. You don't need to touch anything in the API side. So that's the use of environment. So let's choose that actual one. Okay, even when you are running, actually you can choose the environment there also. See, you have to choose here environment, you have to choose, otherwise it won't work. If you try to run without choosing environment, everything failed because nothing is valid one. No environment, I think 5 failure, no environment. Just choose environment and run it. So pass one fail, that one we can change it. I just kept it, we want to show one fail, no? That's why I kept it like that. Okay, you can see the statistics, how many time it's passed, how many time it failed. Export the test result also. There are a lot more feature. You can export and send it to the manager or someone you want to send. Fine. Then we have one more API, and we have team library. In the sense, nothing like you can sign into the Postman. So just sign into the Postman, sign in with Google. There are some nice feature which is with, like they have implemented with the Postman. So for that purpose, you have to sign in. Okay. So ours also there. After I sign in, I can see lot of collections because it's all already synced with my account. So even user manage Dharma also will be synced with my account in the cloud. Okay, you can click this, it's synced. You can choose here manage profile, like collection links, sign out you can do. So why I have signed out, I want to like show you, like before that, before going to that, I can just explain about authorization. Okay, we have like basic auth, which is where you have to send only the username and password. It will work, nothing else with the basic auth. If it is OAuth 1 or OAuth 2, you have to give customer key, customer secret, token secret. For example, Google Auth we used to do with OAuth 2.0. So there we have to get new access token. There we have to enter all the auth URL, then client ID and client secret, which is more important. So everything you will get it from the document. Otherwise, you should ask the developer, API developer or backend guys. They used to give it. And the same as AWS, there is 3 4 value you need it. Access key for your user. You will have some account in AWS console. From there, you should get access key, secret key, and AWS region, which is northeast or east region, west region, something like that, and service name. So once you done only, you can you can able to access the API. That's called authorization. Otherwise, it will say authorization or not authorized. Your API is not authorized. Something you will get the error. So okay, header we have seen like content type authorization, proxy authorization, accept language. There are a lot. Content MD5. Okay, pragma, access accept encoding, true, accept control requested there. You have to check your document what are all the mandatory thing. So mention everything. If you miss one, it may affect. There are some header will be auto generated. For example, if we enter here basic username and password, something like update request, it will update authorization with basic. Okay, so there are some will be automatically updated, but there are something you have to mention explicitly. So this is what header and body, like when you choose post, you can enter the body of content here. You can choose multiple thing, form data, you can enter username form wise, encoded. If the, I have told you right, like if the requests are encoded, you have to send with encoded only. It otherwise it won't take the value. Okay, binaries also we have to choose the file. In raw, don't forget to choose the JSON. Otherwise it won't run. Okay, you can try it with text also, what it will say you can see. Okay, delete, it was failing, right? Now it will pass. I have saved with 204. Now I have logged in with Postman. Now I will go with runner. What I can do, I can see lot of collection now because I have logged in. I will choose which I have created, and I will choose the environment of API demo. Oh, there are 2. I don't know. Let's check. Yeah, we have chosen right. 0 failed. Now there is one button called add monitors. What it is, just click on it. It will take you to the web, because if you have already account, it will take you to the web. From there you can see all the collections and environment, everything. Click on my workspace. So your user manage Dharma is there, right? Click on it. You can see get user, post user, put, update user, delete. You can see nice documentation kind of thing, like a Swagger. Like, let me tell you the Swagger also. You can choose the environment here, that API demo. Okay, so if you want document kind of thing, you can publish it here. So that it will be published the collection. Now as of now, you can do it yourself. Now I will go with the monitors. So once you go there, go to monitor. You have to monitor this collection. Okay, otherwise go back to my workspace and go to monitors. Monitor a collection in this workspace. That means you have to add one monitor. Like once I have created a monitor, you will know what is the use of monitor. So my API Dharma, I have given my name. So select the collection, which selection you want to monitor, and select the environment. That means the environment you have created. The use of this monitor is like you can run at particular time and you will get the report to your mail ID. That means like how many test case passed, how many test case failed, everything. It is like CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous testing, something like that. In Jenkins you have to schedule, but Postman as the future nowadays, like you can configure with Postman itself. Okay, so you have to choose every time. No need every week timer you can choose every day, or every week, or every Monday you want, or every working day you want, every day or every weekday you want, Monday to Friday, at morning or night, whatever you can choose, 10 p.m., something like that. Which region you want to run. So if your application is particular to one region, you can choose the region. There is some additional receive mail, so only my mail ID is there. You can add your manager's mail, so whoever you want. Okay, you can add up to 5 notification recipient. Okay, then just add monitor. So first time you can just run it once. So once you run, you will get the report. So monitor is starting, please refresh to see the latest result. Just refresh. It's loading, that means it's running. Yes, see, 1 2 3 4 in that, out of 4 API, out of 5 pass, 0 failed test, 0 errors. So test result we got it. Okay, so by clicking on, you can see console log also you can see here, which is like maybe curl based they have integrated. ICFS week only it's running. If you have chosen multiple region, you can select a multiple region there. Okay, so this is how you can do that. You can schedule, and if you want to edit the monitor, you can edit, and you can change your time, and you can select US also and save changes. Okay, if you want to run manually, you can click on simply run. Let's update. If you want to run manually, you simply run it. Now it will show 2 regions, because see, so which region it's failed. Some region may fail because, for example, Chinese network is little slow because they have only 3 least connection, or I have just heard it. Maybe that case it may fail if they have blocked in that region, so that you will get to know, okay, from it failed only in that particular place, so we have to look into that. This is region specific. We have console log, 2 region we have. See, here we can select the US region also, what happened. I have given the name of API because when you are reading in the console also it will be useful. So that's why you have to give. Otherwise, if you simply give ABCD, you don't know which API. By reading the URL also, you will get confused. Okay, so give the API name related one. I think that's it. So the team is nothing but you can create one team and you can invite people. So create one team, and team name is something like uh, new project name, new project, and summary you can mention, and you can enter the mail ID, whosoever mail ID you want. So something like that you can create. See what gmail.com, you can invite them. If it shows, it will invite. If they are, you can invite and they will get a mail, and they can also join. After join, you can assign the particular collection to that. Okay, just explore and you will get a lot of ideas. Even after you upgrade, you will get a lot of things. Even see, I have 2 teams here. One is a test team which I have created. There is 2 people, Dharmakrishna, and one more person I have sent, they didn't join. After join, we can assign them admin or user. Here it shows, right? Like here it will show, yeah, billing and all we can see there. Activity also, for each user activity we can see with this team. Back to workspace. So team, we have team workspace, personal. There are 2 uh, monitors. I have one. I can run it. I can create multiple monitors. Just check with pricing. Maybe there may be some problem. So I think that's it. We have covered, and we can see all the activity here. Whatever we have done, collections, history, everything we can see. Okay. If you want to add some workspace, you can add it here. Okay. Let's go back to the desktop tool. Here also, don't forget to choose the environment if you are running the collection, if you are creating the environment. The first time I didn't choose because I was hard coding the value. Okay, so this is how you have to, maybe data file for CSV, a CSV file or something, you can do it. Maybe we can see in next thing. Then we have to see one more thing which is very familiar nowadays, called Swagger. The last slide we have seen, right? I think Swagger. So there is one link, copy this, go back to, just put it. You will get all the API. How we got it in here? By clicking on the environment API demo, go to collection and go to this. How you got it, like documented wise. Likewise, Swagger also has the documented kind of things. Okay, from here only you can execute. See, they have folder like models also, they have delete user, so you have to give the username. Likewise, you have a lot of things. Okay, from here only you can execute also. If you want to get the pet ID, just try it out. Pet ID, I don't know what it is, so execute. I will give just 1 2 3. So what response we got? We got some response, some sample response, we got it. Okay, if it is invalid, we'll get an invalid one. And for the same API, we have a curl method. So people, I think you people heard you should test API with only curl. So there are some API developer or backend developer, they won't believe in Postman or some other tool. So in that cases, you have to test with only curl. So that cases, go to terminal. So what you have to do, you should first set up the curl actually. So curl should run. Curl, just type curl. Okay, curl help is there. It's not telling command not found. That cases, you can copy this curl URL here, whatever is mentioned. So I can copy, yeah, and just paste it here. You can see the response here itself. Okay, we can see some API response, something not found. So like, and direct URL also here, you can put it into Postman as well as URL. Let's see some other, get inventory, try it out and execute. There is no parameter, so this will execute, I think. Oh, there is lot of things. See, this curl will work awesome. Yeah, there are response also came. So like this, you can run the curl command and you can run it in the Swagger also. If you want to import this Swagger to Postman, just go to top, copy this URL and paste it, copy all the JSON value, go to Postman tool, click on import on top, paste raw text. So if you paste all the JSON, you got it, Swagger pet store. It will be automatically created on collection. Under the folder wise, you can see lot of API automatically created. Okay, so no need to copy one by one. You can simply test on Swagger UI also and Postman also, because some people don't like to test on the browser and they won't understand properly because they used to test with Postman only, so they will get confused of this. So everything will be moved to Postman also. Now you can test it here only. Okay, so that's it. I think we have covered everything. Like, you can create new view, runner, import. You can get open new window, Postman, sync, theme library. So you should upgrade. So get into sync. So after login, you can see it here. The public API library. So notification if you have something, and even the web. We have seen lot, workspace. The main thing is workspace, collections, environment, and monitors. Okay. So here we have, go to my workspace, the collection, environment, and monitors. So marks and all we haven't moved, so that we can see maybe in later sessions. Okay, you are all the activity. Did we missed anything? Yeah, I think everything we have covered. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video and attending our Moolya webinar series. Thank you again. If you have any doubt, please put your comments. We are here to help you guys. Thanks again.